got a little Bitcoin analysis for you here real quick. That's not what I'll make this video about. I want to show you my Kaleidoscope chart. It's pretty cool. They say that to become a professional, there's a 10,000 hour rule. If you do something for 10,000 hours, at that point, you basically become a professional. So if you've been watching my channel, I'd like to thank you for watching my channel. And for those of you that always watch my videos, I really like to thank you for always watching my videos. And this is getting pretty cool. I'm going to zoom in down into the kaleidoscope verse, down into the quantum realm, in the 5-minute chart, if you will. This is the daily chart you see in front of you. And as you can see, it's cluttered up with some big macro, well, mainly one big macro channel. It's a bull flag. Just for quick analysis, for people that want to see the analysis, this is a descending bullish channel. At some point, this will pop up. I don't think it's anytime real soon. I would watch the $65,000 level, and then about 67,200 as well. But for the first hurdle is this white band on top here, the $65,000 hurdle. And if it gets above there, then you're talking about pretty much the breakout of this big macro bullish channel, which actually would be around 67,000. So this very well could dive back down to 50,000. You know, I know that people don't want to hear that. You might have just unsubscribed and turned off the video and you don't want to watch me anymore. But anyone that doesn't tell you that is probably not a very I don't know, either they're not able to be honest with themselves as an analyst, or they're just, I don't know, 53,000. Anything at the bottom of this channel. The bull market support band today is about 54,500. But anyways, that's my quick analysis. I want to zoom in. I want to show you how cool this is getting. Okay, this is the daily chart. Let's go to the 6-hour chart. I just want to give you some perspective here. Right, as you go down, you get more detail of what's, the price action. Of course, there it is on the 6-hour chart. Let's go down to the 1-hour chart. I don't know what this video is really about. I just think this is extremely fascinating. You're going to really like this when I get down to the 5-minute chart and show you what's going on here. And there is a pattern coming up if you'd like to try to trade it. If you're experienced enough to know how to use stop losses and are able to trade in a way where you won't lose money, a bunch of money, then you might want to trade this pattern, because it's getting real interesting. There's the 1-hour chart. Okay, let's go down to the 5-minute chart. And here I want to show you. Now, I call this my kaleidoscope chart because it's just an ever, these patterns are everywhere, every time frame. And you can go all the way down to the 5-minute, even to the 1 minute if you want, but 5 minutes good enough for perspective where we're at in here. I want to show you. Okay, there it is. There's the green channel, the macro green channel descending. It's almost horizontal when you get down this far. Let's have a look at the 5-minute candles. Okay, this is really cool. This is why I call it the kaleidoscope. It's just nonstop. And last night, well, about 26 hours ago or so, actually it's morning right now, but I was charting this and it came up, this big pump, and I have all those channels you saw drawn in, and it's kind of confusing, I suppose, if you're not familiar with this chart. But this yellow triangle you see here is the top of the secondary channel I have inside the big channel, and this white horizontal line at 62,500. This triangle here was already here. I just highlighted it now in yellow, and I traded this last night. And now this is the kind of point I want to get to, just for the people who have been watching my channel. I can start bringing this stuff to you pretty good, and my charting ability is definitely more advanced than my trading ability. And what do I mean by that? Well, I charted this, right? And this isn't even a triangle that really would have showed up. It's on the 5-minute chart here. Maybe I should go down to the hour. Let's go to the hour and show this. Let's see what it looks like on the hour. I'm pretty sure it's on the hour. Okay, this is probably better. Okay, this is better. So you can see perspective. There's the whole big grand scheme of thing, and then these are the channels inside the channel, and it pumped up, and it formed. The triangle was already there. The point I'm getting to is that yellow triangle there, where this big green bar pumps up out. That triangle was already there before the pump even got there. Right? It's the resistance of the green channel and the white horizontal line that forms a natural triangle, and the price of Bitcoin went right into it. This is what's fascinating. So this wouldn't have been charted as a triangle, right? Because like, okay, the price comes up here, this wick stops like here, and then there's one data point at the top and one data point at the bottom. But I already had that triangle on my chart, and the price of Bitcoin came up into it, and then I traded right here. I just want to show you this because this is getting good, and I do believe this is going to get really good in time. I just need some more time, right? Take my magnet off. Okay, right here, my chart is just excellent, but right here, I tried to day trade. I put a day trade in, and I shorted because there wasn't enough data points, right? Maybe I should have been on the 5-minute chart. That probably would have been better, huh? I think I traded this on an hour. That might have been better to see it on the 5-minute, where there was multiple data points on the top and bottom. But on the hourly chart, that isn't something that would be charted as a triangle because there's only one data point on top and one on bottom. But it has a about $1,100 target, and I shorted right here because it looked to me like it needed some more time to form the triangle. Right? You're not supposed to trade patterns until they formed, and so I was going to wait for it to do this, and I put in a short right there, and just within 60 seconds, I just pumped straight up in my face, and it actually almost hit its target on the dot. Coming out, breaking out here, it's just about 1,100, 64, 450. It started at 63, 450. Pretty close, right? So that definitely was a breakout, but I got stopped out, right? So I lost a little money, and then halfway up, I got into a long. I got some money back, and I played and I shorted, coming back down, and I eventually, for the session, I ended up with a tiny profit, and like two losers, and like three winners or something like that. But anyways, that's the point I'm trying to make. So look at what's going now. Let's go back to the 5-minute. I like the 5-minute better on this. That shows more detail. And like I say, sometimes I just turn the screen recorder and camera on because I know there's people out there watching me that really enjoy this, what I got going on here. And so I talk a lot about my swing trades a lot. Now this would be like my day trading account right here, where I actually use tight stop losses and try to do this. But I just want to show you the price action. Okay, over here on the left, it comes up and it falls right into this triangle that's already on my chart, right? Because it's my kaleidoscope. I just leave all those patterns there, and they just morph. They just morph right into it to a different thing, right? And then it breaks out that triangle to the top. Oh, look! Wow, look! Magically, it forms another descending parallel channel on the 5-minute chart. See that? and there's also another triangle here with this horizontal yellow line my cursor's on, right? I actually saw that before I saw the channel. And what happened? Right? It comes up here, and it broke out the bottom of that triangle there. Boom! And when it broke out the bottom of that triangle, what did it do? It formed another triangle with this support line here. Look at that. And using the old support is now resistance. And what happens right here? Oh, it breaks up out of that triangle. Look at that, right? So let's zoom in, get a little more color on there. Zoom in so you can see it better. And then, okay, so it broke out up right here, right? And then what does it do immediately? Well, it forms it falls back into this triangle pattern, which is also the parallel channel going down. Okay, so long story short, the pattern I'm watching right now is this one, this yellow resistance line going down right here, and then this yellow support line going down here. You can see that is a clearly formed, technically sound triangle. And I probably won't get this video out in time. This is probably going to break. This is probably going to bust. this might go out right now. It's hitting the top of it again, but I just wanted to show this to you. Hopefully I can get this video published. I won't edit this video. I'll just try to get us. No, look at that. Look, it's breaking out. Look at that. It might just be a wick. This is cool. Look at that. There it goes. See, look at that. Look at that. See, so this is my charting ability. And I should be not making a video. I should be trading this right now. That could be a breakout, and that's got a target of 62.8 to, let's see, 64. That's got a $1,300 target. Now that could have been a fakey fake. I've already got that resistance line on the wicks, and you can see previously there was a couple wicks that went out a little bit. So they could have been a fakey fake, or this could be coming back down and retesting and then pop up. But I just want to show you this. There's more patterns on here too, so this is kind of cool. I want to show you one other thing. Like I could also put get my magnet back on. I could also put an ascending channel here. Look at it. That might be breaking out on screen. I should be trading that instead of making a video. I've lost a lot, not lost, but I've lost out on making a lot of money trying to make videos instead of just actually trading. Okay, so there, and then I could put this channel, say right about in there is pretty good, right? And that's a valid ascending channel, and I have it in red because that's considered bearish when they point up like that, ascending. They have a higher probability of breaking down. So why would I put that in there? I already knew that was there before. That's one of the reasons why I want to turn this video on. I didn't plan on it breaking out, the price of Bitcoin breaking out right now. But that's this kaleidoscope effect, right? That's what I was just getting to. It's kind of interesting. It happened right now. Is I can start to see other things, right? And so I'm at probably about 6,000 hours, going back to that 10,000 hours to be a professional. So I'm still seeing stuff and still putting stuff together. And I appreciate y'all watching me on my journey here, and I hope it's helping out a lot of people too. Because this could really get really, really interesting. The more I sit here and do this, I don't have a lot of time to sit here and do this. That's my problem. It's hard getting around the corner and being in a position where I can afford to actually sit here and do this, right? And it's just kind of a conundrum. But I do eventually expect to get around that corner and over that mountain. And look at that, it's coming down. But okay, so long story short, let me stutter here for a minute. What relevance does that red channel have right now? Well, in case it's a fake break, it just happened right there, right? This is the kind of stuff I can start to see. Let's zoom in. Right. So is it a breakout of that triangle to the upside? Well, we've got a new resistance line in here, right? That red channel. How is that red channel valid? How do I know it's valid? What I like to do is see the center dotted line in that red channel I just put in. Look at all the support on that red. Look at that on that dotted line. Support. Look at right here through here. Resistance, just over and over and over and over resistance. And then look at this. Support, just perfect support, perfect support. A little resistance, a little support, right? So that channel is definitely in play. So now we've got a resistance line to watch, right? Is that just a fakey fake? So, if this breaks out this triangle, it's got, and then what if it breaks out this red ascending channel? That's probably going to be more of a validation that yes, this is a real breakout with, what I say it was, $1,300 target or whatever it was. But that's just something, that's just something I'm still working on, right? That's just something that I just need more time, right? I need probably another 3,000-4,000 hours to just really start nailing this down for you guys and ladies. And so look at what's going on right now. Look at this. It's just completely fascinating to me that this works the way it does. So look, it just came out that triangle on a 5-minute candles here, and now it's coming back down for the retest of that triangle. See that? Now let's just sit here for a couple minutes. That 5-minute candle has 3 minutes and 35 seconds before it closes. Look at that. Look at that. It came back down. See that? Look at that. Now that could still be the retest. Oh, boom! Look at that. So now it's back up on it. That could be the retest. That could be the retest. That could be a breakout, and this could be the retest where it comes back down, and then boom, right? So that, but maybe that was just a fakey fake. And how could you see that's a fakey fake? How could you possibly know that's a fakey fake? Well, look at this red resistance line. That wick right there is actually really close to it, and I could technically I could bring that resistance line down a touch, and just put it down a little further, like on this wick here, right? I could put it, I could put it like I could bring it down to like here, and it's still pretty good, right? And I could put, or do I like it the best? I like it the best, like right there. But anyways, that was pretty close to that red resistance line. So let's give this a few. Let's watch another candle after this form. Let's do this video for another 7 minutes. Oh, boom! Look at it, back down in it. So that's why you'd want to use a stop loss. Like if you put in a long right there, and then we're expecting a breakout to the top side of that triangle, you'd want to put a stop loss on, like right, a little bit up here. Or I mean, you just want to use a stop loss, right? Like your stop loss would actually be back down in here. Basically, there's one drawback using stop losses, because sometimes you get stopped out, and then it turns out that you would have been correct, and you miss out on a good trade. But it's better just use a stop loss and take a small loss right away than actually put in a long and then watch this thing run all the way down to the bottom and then break out the bottom for $1,500, right? That's so definitely use stop losses, and that's making up its mind. This is fascinating to me, just sitting here watching this. I'm gonna let this run for a little while. Look at that. Look at that. Let's see what happens. This candle's got 1:25 before it closes. And like I said, if you're still watching, I sure appreciate you watching my videos. The public, the masses, just basically want to know if Bitcoin is going up or down. Right? They're just kind of gambling, just red or black, right? And which is fine, I mean, well, it's not fine, but you know what I mean. That's what the public does. And if you're still watching this video right now, then you're not public, even if you're a beginner and just getting into this. If you're watching right now, that means you're interested in this, and this is, I don't want to say that again, but this is just fascinating to me that this is possible. How accurate and how much confluence there is with my charting, my Kaleidoscope chart here is with like the Fibonacci and all those other indicators you see other channels doing. And that's what's basically causing this. But all that, it's just fascinating to me that all that results in geometry, these geometric patterns. How in the world is that happening? Right? You know what I mean? It's pretty amazing. So there it is. Okay, new candle opening in 2 seconds. Let's see what happens. I bet it turns red at first. Oh, I bet wrong. I bet red or black. I lost. Uh-oh. That may be a legitimate breakout. I probably should have been trading this, but I don't want to make this video too long. Let's give this another. It's 4 minutes 40 seconds on this candle. Let's watch this candle close, and then I'll turn this video off. And of course, you can go and see. You can go and see what eventually happened to this pattern. If you watch this in a few hours, or later today, or even tomorrow, you can go back and see. I'll end this video. I'll go back and give. Well, you already had a shot. If you want to go back to the start of the video and freeze frame and draw in these patterns where I got them, you can see how this ended up. Oh, there it is, going red. I really don't know. It's just kind of a coin flip to me whether this is going to go up or down. But I would say that red channel being in there like that does put a little. If I hadn't seen that red channel, if I wasn't experienced enough to put that red channel in there, I would probably, if you made me bet up or down, I would probably bet that this was going to break up, because these white horizontal lines up here are at $65,000, and that's probably a real strong resistance. Oh, by the way, in my last video, I was talking about Bitcoin, watching Bitcoin to see if it can break the previous high on the way down, and it did not. It did not break the previous high. I was talking about these last two highs because so far Bitcoin is still printing lower highs, which means it's still in a downtrend for the time being. So 64,700, just shy of those white lines, and it did not do it. That pump stopped at 64,500. So that's a lower high. If I misspeak earlier, if I've misspoken and you noticed it, well, yeah, I just misspoke. Keep that in mind. I misspeak. Lots of analysts misspeak. And when I was new to this, I'd be like, what are you talking about? It doesn't make any sense. But now I realize that this is a subject where it's really easy to misspeak. So be careful of that. But okay, this doesn't have a whole lot of sizzle to it. And you can see there was a couple wicks back here that kind of came out a little bit. But that might be a breakout. It's hard telling. The cool thing about triangles is, obviously they come to a point, so the price is forced to break out at some point. So you have a pretty good idea, of when it's going to happen. But that's going to be interesting. I'm going to sit here and watch this. I don't want to make this video too long. Like I said, I'll give it another 3 minutes. We got 2 minutes before this candle closes. And like I said, had I not put that red channel in there, I would have, if I just straight bet, I would say it was breaking up, because I didn't mention that the target for that triangle coincides with this getting rejected by this white line, just shy of it. It actually coincides with the last high, pretty much. 62.8, 64, about 1,200. So if it broke out from there, 1,200 would be 64. It would be 65,000 on the dot, literally, where it just broke out. So that that target is basically smack dab between those two horizontal white lines up there. And targets don't have to be hit, of course. And sometimes triangles, they don't really go up or down. They kind of break out and then just kind of go sideways. And is this why they do that sometimes? Because here's something that a lot of analysts might not be seeing is, well, there's also a red ascending channel in there with another resistance line. So is this why sometimes when a triangle breaks out, it looks like it's super powerful and it just kind of comes down here and then it just kind of fizzles away, right? It's because that happens a lot with triangles that I've seen. Is that why? Right? So this is just something I'm still learning. There's just tons of stuff to just continue to watch, and you just simply don't realize. It's kind of like climbing a ladder. Things you've observed and things you've learned, and then you see something else on top of that, and you just kind of learn and learn and learn and learn and learn and learn. So I probably have another couple thousand hours, 3,000 hours or so, to hit my 10,000 hour rule. And so I'm not pushing it as far as trying to make a bunch of money. And but I'm getting there. I'm close. I'm to the point where I pretty much know when things are going to break. Like I told you back here on this one, right? But I shorted. It's just something I got to learn. I shorted that move, and it pumped right up straight in my face, right? But I use a stop loss, so, and a few trades later I had, I was in positive. Like I said, it ended up being a positive session. And see, that's it. I gotta make this video a little. I can't make this video too long. People might not want to watch it on YouTube. But that looks to be like a breakout, and I'll leave it to you if you're interested in this. If you're interested in this subject, I will leave it to you to see what happens here. I'm almost going to go out on a limb and say this gets rejected at this red line, which is the $64,000 area, 63,940, 63,930 to 64,000 area is where this might get rejected. If it's not rejected right now, look at it. Right, so that's cool stuff. It's just it's just, you can see what I'm talking about, right? if this comes up to the red line, this might be a good spot to short, right? Up here at this red line. I got my magnet on, my bad. But that red resistance line, maybe that's where you put in a short, right? If you long to the triangle, right? And then maybe when you get up towards here, well, I got probably short, right? Because but okay, so this could be a breakout, and this red candle now could be coming back down for the retest. It's hard telling. Something I saw happen earlier is it broke out, and then it just kind of on a different pattern I was watching. It just kind of did this, right? And then it kind of went over here and found something else to do. So sometimes they'll break out like that, and then it just kind of ride that resistance down as support. So, anyways, if you're interested in this, I will end this video, and you can go back and see what happens from here. It is 6:42 Central Standard Time, United States, as I end this video, AM, Sunday morning. All right, enjoy it. Thanks for watching. It's turning green. You can see the potential, right? And I sure appreciate you still watching. If you're still watching, thank you. Have a good day. Later.